topics, no facts. Took a real shit and you know that. That's a fact. Chip, chat, and chill. Talking about the real. Took a real topics, no that. Took a real shit, know that. That's a fact. Chip, chat, and chill. Talk about the real. Talk whatever you want, whenever you want, whatever you want, whatever.
Welcome everybody to Chip Chat and Chill. This is your midweek millennial foodie kickback. We're here to have a couple good laughs, great conversation, and just fill the space with good to know stuff and put a smile on your face. Today, I have a very, very special treat. We are starting a series on Chip Chat and Chill called Love Built to Last. It Takes a Village, because it really does. They don't tell you that when you get knee deep into a relationship or when you find something worth investing your time in, but it does take a village. If you really want it to last, you got to surround yourself with the right type of people with the right type of mindset that want to see the both of you win. And my friend and myself here tonight, we are all about that. We have a couple goodies to talk about tonight, so we're just going to get started. She is the co-founder of Blended Families Rock. She's a wife, bonus mom, a pet mom, a singer, a great friend, somebody, future mama, sister-in-law, all of that. She's all of that good stuff. This is Charmaine Broome, everybody.
Hi, everybody. How are you? I'm trying to let my hair down so I can get a little more comfortable.
Get cute. Cute. How are you tonight?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing pretty good. Glad to be back in the building. This is the culmination of not just the series, but me being back on the air. So sorry I was away for so long.
Well, congratulations to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Charmaine has wonderful things going on. We both have a couple things in common. Not only are we married, we are both bonus moms.
Yes.
And today we are just going to roll with the punches and just get into some great conversation about our experiences in love, relationships, parenthood, all that good stuff. Usually we have a munch and learn. I think at this point, by the way, today was Zahari's third birthday. Everybody say happy birthday to me.
Happy birthday, baby.
She's 3 going on 33. Usually I probably would have came online with a slice of cake. I'm trying to cut back because I got Corona weight, because Corona being a hater. That's all we do is eat at the house. Yeah, just a whole bunch of snacks. Like, just stop playing with me. But I just kept it light. I got me a nice little tropical drink tonight.
All right.
And I'm pretty sure Charmaine be cooking and stuff. Y'all gotta check her out.
Dude,
on social media. The chick be cooking.
I'm thinking about, expanding in that area.
Yes.
We'll see.
I'm excited. And actually, what we should do, if you are open to it, cooking challenge. I do snack shares. I review snacks, and I also do a segment called Struggle Meal Remixes.
Okay.
It's really not a struggle at all, but what inspired it, I would see struggle meals on the internet. You've seen TikTok. People do the most outrageous things with food, and they just be real disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
Struggle meals should still taste good.
Yes.
And look attractive.
Yes.
To the palate.
Yes.
So I set the record straight with my little recipes that I share. So you can check that out on YouTube. So hopefully Charmaine can join me because she has amazing recipes. I would like to just go through what would usually be pop culture grievances with Desmond, who is one of my co-hosts. He wasn't able to make it tonight, but I didn't have too much I wanted to delve into. We don't do a whole bunch of like water cooler talk and gossip amongst ourselves on the show. However, since we are talking about love and relationships, I did have a grievance with Dr. Dre's wife. If anyone has followed their messy divorce.
Yeah.
I don't like picking sides or being biased. However, I disagreed with her position in their divorce. At this point, the last that I really paid attention to and got wind of in the news was the fact that she served this man at his grandmother's funeral.
Oh, no.
That was all 18 flavors of distasteful.
See, I'm not really too much into, the whole business of what's going on with them. Right. I do know that she has been awarded a substantial amount of
highway robbery.
And it's actually disgusting the amount that it is that she's getting. But that's really all that I know. So I never knew that. That's new news to me. And shame on her. That's
Man, when I heard that, I wanted it to be a rumor so
it
bad.
was true.
I wanted to be untrue so bad. No,
So it is the
that's
truth. That's disgusting.
cojones. Yeah,
That's
you are
disgusting.
disgusting. I think at a point, because I was kind of feeling like in the beginning, okay, if she's been with him, however long she's been with him, which has been a very long time, okay, maybe fine. She does have some stake in walking away and does believe, she's entitled to a certain amount. However,
Mm-hmm.
when it becomes all about the finances, when it comes all about digging your heels in someone and making a point, that's when I stop rooting for you. And you really show who you are. It's
Mm-hmm.
been said, you know who you marry, you don't know who you're divorcing. If
Mm.
if it was a model relationship, that would be it. Because
Whew.
I'm pretty sure he would have never expected that from her. I thought that was just the most distasteful thing you could do to somebody.
It
He's
is.
grieving
Yeah,
and you're serving him.
that's
You
disgusting.
have no boundaries.
No boundaries, no filter, no nothing, no heart. You're heartless. That's what you are.
None of the F's. She
Heartless.
gave none of the F's. But
Dang.
I wanted to poke at that. And then on the flip side of it, I wanted to pick your brain to see how you felt about I guess the generation behind us. These young couples, I guess in their 20s. We still young in our 30s.
Mm-hmm.
However, the younger ones that now have names of their own, careers of their own, money of their own, status of their own. How did you feel about, I forget what couple it is. My mind just went blank. But the young lady that gave her boyfriend, I think he's a rapper, she's a singer. She bought him property as a gift.
Excuse me?
They've been together less than a year.
Excuse me?
Yeah. She bought him like acres of land. Was it Yo Moneybags girlfriend? One of these people, I can't keep up. But they're very young and their relationship is very new. Do you think that's too much for a new relationship?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially when it's coming from the female.
Mm.
You know, I can see if it was coming from the male. Like look at Michael B. Jordan and Lori Hart,
Yeah.
and how he purchased shares for her, or he purchased stock for her in what's the is it her Hermes or what is it? It's some design.
It's either Hermes or one of them. I see the logo. I just won't
Yeah.
come to me. But yeah, I thought that was very classy and tasteful and
Very.
appropriate.
And it's coming from him. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I mean, I guess even if it was coming from her, that would kind of still be okay. But at the end of the day, acres of land, never. Where your daddy?
I get the token. I get
Where's
the
your
thought.
daddy?
It's generational wealth. It's something that's not temporarily materialistic. I get it. I think that's very fresh.
It's a solid.
I hope they last. I hope they last past cuffing season. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, me too. Doc. Me too.
Because apparently, just real talk, something is obviously going very well. There's a department in the relationship that's going very, very well. So much so that she bought him land.
Ain't that much in the department that good that's gonna make like no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. But that's just in my opinion, and granted, I'm on the outside looking in. I don't know the complete situation. But in my opinion, that is a lack of a true circle of accountability. You know, something's missing there for her to be able to follow, for her to be able to learn from, someone to teach her, someone to tell her what she shouldn't do, what she should do. She doesn't have that. And that is even scarier than the fact that she did what she did.
Yeah. Because granted, I see your point. Because granted, she told one of her friends for sure as she was making the decision to do that. And probably two of them were like, girl, you crazy. What? You bought him what? She probably didn't want to hear it and did it anyway. Like I said, I get the token. I get the thought. I'm going to need to go through a couple seasons with you and go through a couple things with you first.
Yep.
And see how this levels out before I start issuing out deeds and property and whatnot.
You're doing that.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Well, like I said, we are talking about love and relationships, and we're just going to reflect on our, I guess, most valuable nuggets of wisdom. What inspired it for me, honestly, was me realizing I've been married 10 years this coming
Mm,
December.
mm,
And I still feel like I'm 20 something. Like, what? You
mhm,
look up literally, and time has flown by.
mhm,
And I ended up, maybe, I think it's 5 years now, sharing nuggets of wisdom.
mhm,
And I wanted to challenge myself. I said, have I really held to these nuggets that
mhm.
I was really vested in at the time? Have I grown from them? Have I added to them? Could I hold myself accountable? And Charmaine is definitely one of those people that I can trust to hold me accountable, and vice versa. So I'm glad that you are here so I
Mhm.
can start the journey of reflecting,
Okay.
and hopefully you can join me for another episode.
Yeah.
Um, what I would want to start with is just, well, posing a question to you. What have you seen as the best wisdom, whether it was something that you saw behavior wise that was modeled for you,
Mhm.
or was it something that certain conversations that were had going into marriage that has really benefited your relationship?
Hmm. Gosh, we've gotten so much advice.
And you do get a lot.
Yeah.
It
I
never ends.
think I think the one of the first things that's coming to my mind is the fact of how important timing is.
Mm,
Timing on when to speak,
mm,
timing on when to be quiet.
mm-hmm.
There are, many things in a marriage that your spouse may not be doing to your liking. And sometimes, you just get to a place where you're just like, you're not even thinking. You're speaking before you really think that thing out. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Yep.
And a lot of times having those experiences have come back to kind of bite me in the behind. And I've had to learn the timing of a thing, the importance of, how important the timing of a thing is. And so just really learning when to say certain things. And I'm still learning, but that's one thing that makes it beautiful, right? When you're still in a place where you're teachable and you're knowledgeable of what you need to change and what you need to learn. And I think even when those things happen, it just really is proof that I really love my spouse, and if it was, if it's someone else listening, it's proof that you really love your spouse because you are extra cognizant of those things that kind of need to change where that area is concerned. But yeah, the timing of a thing, it's very, very, very important. And, we as women, we have the ability to either, you know, help our men fly or clip their wings. And it's really all in what we say to them, how we say it to them, and when we say it to them.
You got to be teachable.
Yep.
Who you met when you first fell in love is not going to be the same person when you meet them 5 years down the road, 15
Mm-mm.
down the road, 5 months down the road. Everybody's changes. And one thing I can definitely say, now that you said that out loud,
Mm-hmm.
we probably have this in common too. Mouth, mouth. And I've never been like a name call. I will never call a man out his name.
Right. No, no,
I
no.
put my hands on my spouse. I've never, you know, attacked him verbally, where to the point where I attack his manhood or make him feel less than, belittle him.
Mm-hmm.
But my delivery,
Mm-hmm.
my my timing,
Mm-hmm.
and that's something that I probably should have paid attention to more, definitely in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
There were things that were said, and I honestly don't remember being at fault for certain things. So I would be like, I did. I made you feel that way.
Mhm.
I'd said that to you like that.
Mhm.
I would never, ever at this point, because I've been so intentional the past probably 4 years to be very present and to be mindful,
Mhm.
especially more now than ever in 2021. I've been very, very intentional to be mindful and be very present, the ultimate gatekeeper of what comes out of my mouth. And I
Mhm.
mean exactly what I say. And I am very careful, like you said, to be cautious of the timing.
Yep.
Because especially if it has to do with finances, especially if it has to do with anything, most stuff, not everything is going to deal with you both directly or together.
Mhm.
But if it's definitely going to impact your spouse, you got to work on the timing. You got
Yep.
to work on your delivery. You got to be sweet. Not that we don't deserve that either, but
True.
when you're in a partnership where the both of you pose yourselves as one unit,
Mhm.
it's essential. I totally agree with everything you just said. You have to be mindful of the timing of things.
Absolutely.
One thing that I wanted to add to that, one thing that has definitely stuck out, and we talked about this as I shared my nuggets on Instagram, being friends
Yeah,
is so important.
for sure.
Please be friends.
For sure.
If it happens before y'all fall in love, it's even more amazing.
Absolutely.
Be friends, because when you get into it, and like I said, when life meets you, you have death, you have sickness, you have financial challenges. I ain't gonna say be broke. We don't
Right.
claim it, but I mean
Right.
when you have times of lesser than,
Mhm.
or restraint,
Mhm.
or you just have to be more creative,
Mhm.
be friends. Because when you show yourself unfriendly, it makes it hard to recover from stuff like that. And it
Yes.
makes it hard for either yourself to feel safe with that person or for
Yeah.
that person to feel safe with you.
Agreed.
I don't think I ever disregarded safety.
Mhm.
I think there was a period, and I've shared this with my husband. I did mentally check out. I couldn't tell you exactly when or exactly why, but I did mentally check out.
Mm.
And I probably lessened my intention to be safe or make him feel safe
Got it.
with my delivery with things or my consideration or really regarding his love language.
Mhm.
Now I know it to a T.
Good.
I know him very well from the back of my hand. I know what works. So I always make it a point to say, if you really, really know what works in your relationship, use
Mhm.
what works.
Mhm.
No matter how frustrated you guys are with each other,
Mhm.
use what works.
Mhm.
The stuff that bother you today, it really won't bother you 5 years from now. If you
Mm.
focus on what works and stop focusing on what isn't working,
Mhm.
because we put so much emphasis and so much spotlight on, this isn't working. It's not making me happy. I'm
Mhm.
not happy, or I can't figure out. And a lot of men, not all of them, but a lot of men are notorious for trying to be fixers. You
Yeah.
give them something, most of the time a woman just wants to vent. We just want to be heard. We just want to be seen. But they translate that into, she wants me to fix something
Mhm.
more often than not. I don't want you to fix it right this second, and I'm not asking you to tell me all the answers or that you have all the answers. But I'm letting you know there's a problem.
Mhm.
I'm letting you know I'm having a challenge. But I don't want us to get to a point where all we focus is on how many problems we have and how bad they are, instead of focusing on what works.
Right.
What do you know now better that you can do better from day one up until now? It's August 1st is your wedding date, right?
Yes.
So day one as Mrs. Broome, what do you know better now that you're able to do better?
About myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, that it's okay for me to have a life outside of being a wife, and a bonus mom. And I think I didn't. It took me a while to learn that, which I just did not learn until this year, to be honest, the beginning of the year, because London was down here with us for virtual for a little while, and it was such a sudden thing
Okay.
that wasn't planned, and that's not a problem. But I wasn't prepared
Yeah.
fully.
And that's fair.
So I don't, and my husband wasn't either. But nevertheless, we made it do what it do. But it was a shock
Yeah.
because now we go from, just the two of us here in the home every day doing what we want to do when we want to do it,
Yep.
to now we have a 12-year-old going on 13 who's now with us temporarily full time.
Hmm.
We're now having to go from sleeping in to waking up at 7 to make sure that she's up and ready to get on that computer by 7:30.
Yes.
And then, making sure that she has lunch and making sure that I know, what we're making for dinner tonight, making sure that we help with homework, making sure that we establish a schedule now with her. That was very difficult for me, especially because my husband wasn't here a lot. And so
Hmm.
it was me and her
Yeah.
because when he was doing other things. He was training. He developed this love for bodybuilding. So now he was going to the gym twice a day to train. And then in between that, he's going to different churches to play and rehearse and this and that and in the studio.
Right.
And so it's just like I literally lost who I was.
Mm.
I literally nosedived into being a full-time bonus mom
Yeah.
and a full-time wife at the same time.
Yeah.
And so I had to get to a point where I had gotten very sad. I was crying every day for
Mm.
like maybe a week and a half to 2 weeks straight. I was just
Mm.
down. I was depressed. I wasn't happy. And I told my husband, I said, listen, I just feel like the hired help. I feel like the babysitter. Like that's what I feel like.
Mm.
And something has to change.
Yeah.
And so then we begin to set new boundaries. My husband was just like, listen, if you have to take a day, take a day. And I literally started taking every Tuesday. Tuesday was my day. And I could do whatever I wanted to do. I mean, not like whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I could go out to Starbucks and just sit and, just have me time. I would go to get acupuncture every Tuesday at the same time. And then I would go to Barnes and Nobles and read. And then I would maybe do a little shopping or window, whatever I needed to do to enjoy myself. You know what I'm saying? So if there's anything that I've learned since being married is that it's okay to have time to myself and to have a life outside of being a wife
Hmm.
and a bonus mom.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I could agree.
Yeah. What about you?
Well, to that respect, I think recently, since we've had to be more present at home and less present outside the home,
Mm-hmm.
figuring out ways to being more creative with keeping up with who I am
Mm-hmm.
without losing myself,
Mm-hmm.
being more gentle with myself. And I really had a like an aha moment probably after my birthday in January. Like I felt like I just could not figure it out. I couldn't put my finger on it. I was like, why do I feel like I feel? Because I think at the top of the year I was doing my thing. I had more acting opportunities come my way. I was gaining, oddly enough, with the restraint of the virus happening outside in the world, I was gaining a little bit more traction being my independent self and
Mm-hmm.
doing the things that made me happy. But at
Mm-hmm.
the same time, it was still like a ceiling that I was hitting. I just couldn't figure out why it was frustrating me so bad. And I realized that I had to pull back on being the more social person outside of being a wife and a mom
Mm-hmm.
and really hone in because yeah, when you do have virtual students, you have to, it's a commitment. You have to be available, you have to be attentive, you have to be their advocate, their support. You're
Mm-hmm.
the chef, you're the counselor, you're the videographer when they have, art, extracurricular activities, you're checking homework and assignments, and you're checking agendas and helping them not miss deadlines, and you're at parent teacher
Mm-hmm.
conferences. Yes, it's a lot on top of, okay, what do I already have to do within the household besides, laundry and cooking and planning meals and
Mm-hmm.
straighten up everybody's space. I have two toddlers. I have Irish twins, so imagine
Mm,
having to clean their room every day. A friend of mine, she has one more than we do. And she said she shared just randomly, and but it came to me right on time. She said when I had mine and they were smaller, someone just innocently told me, you have help. And by help meaning they can help themselves. And so that freed me. So that helped me to put them on a schedule.
yeah.
Okay, y'all, this is y'all cleanup time, this early part of the day and the end part of the day. You
Mhm.
have this morning routine and then you have a night routine. These four
Mhm.
compartments of the day where you have the ability to exercise some self sufficiency,
Mhm.
take free reign.
Mhm.
My son is 9 now. I gave him more responsibility to help out. I don't want him to feel like he's the help, but at the same time, the things that he can do that are small and helpful that he
Yeah.
can do independently, I
Yeah.
gave him a system. This is how you do it. These are the days you have to do it. And that freed me so
Mhm.
much. I
Mhm.
I felt guilty at first. I'm like, these are things that I'm supposed, but no, because you're burning yourself out. You're burning both
Right.
ends of your candle and you feel exacerbated at the end of the week.
That's
No,
right.
implement these systems to your benefit and the household benefits,
Yep.
because when you're broken and frazzled and stressed out, the house is broken, stressed, and
Mhm.
frazzled. So
Mhm.
that
Yep.
freed me because I felt like even though I was again like still like rebuilding myself and my establishing myself and doing things that I love, that I felt like I lost a little bit of time in, I was like, something's got to give inside this house. I have to be happy while we're in this house.
Mhm.
What is it? And then when
Mhm.
I figured it out, it's like, okay, we're gonna put some systems in place
Yep.
so we can all get along.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
When it comes to you guys being each other's support, whether it
Mhm.
be in each other's individual endeavors or what you do well together
Mhm.
over the years, what has been the best, I guess, approach to building that team camaraderie between you two?
Honestly,
Broom.
maybe we still learning. We still learning, and that's just the real, like, no cap. We are still learning. Um, I'm in a time now where we're both in a time now where we have a lot going on individually, and we're trying to just balance out the support for each other. For me, I'm just really trying to focus on not being so spoiled. Not rely on the fact that I am so spoiled, and just trying to really cover my heart and cover my mind, because he's very busy right now. When I tell you he's very busy, and I'm not just saying this because he's my husband and I'm being biased. I'm saying what I'm getting ready to say because it's the truth, right? My husband is literally the illest minstrel
Mhm,
I've ever heard
mhm,
in my life.
mhm.
It's not just me.
Yeah,
There are many other people who would 100% agree.
yeah.
My husband, his gift shifts the atmosphere in rooms,
I've seen it.
not just in churches,
I've seen it.
but on at the Barclays, at
Facts.
like wherever he is, wherever his gift is being used, it's being used to the fullest extent. And sometimes I get so amazed with him. I'm just like, I can't believe that I'm really married to him. Like
Yeah,
I can't believe that this is my husband. And then I have moments of, God, thank you for trusting me.
that
But
part.
then that's followed with moments of, God, please help me do a great job with what you've given me. And
That part.
so it's a lot,
Yeah,
it's a lot. And so going back to him and his gifts, he's literally so sought out, and it's really a blessing. But my husband is playing at 4 different churches right now.
hmm,
And it's so amazing because nothing is intertwining and conflicting with anything.
Oof.
So he busy as
Yeah.
busy can be.
Yeah.
And here I am, I'm busy in my own right too. But for some reason, what he's doing, I don't want to say it's better than what I'm doing, but it somewhat takes a bit of precedence
Right.
because of the load that he's carrying, right?
Yeah.
And so I have to, I'm even now, like today, I was like, dang, that's what how my day was. Like, it's all about him, all about what happened at this church today, and then what happened at this rehearsal later, and you know, like, what about me? Is he gonna ask me how my day was? You know what I'm saying? But I'm learning to be okay with what hasn't happened, and then just trusting that God will eventually show up on my behalf through him. Does that make sense?
It does.
Tomorrow, he may say, because tomorrow's an off day, he has nothing to do tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. And so I'm sure that he's going to begin to ask me, can I do anything for you? How can I help you? How can I assist you? And so, I'm willing to take a back seat in the meantime for the sake of the bigger picture. What is the bigger picture? Not arguing over petty stuff. Him not asking me how my day was today does not make me no longer his wife.
Right.
There's always tomorrow. And it's okay. I don't have to always be a spoiled kid, even though it's his fault because he spoils the daylights out of me.
I love it though.
So in terms of support, we're in a place where we're still learning to find that balance. To be fair, to him and to myself, we give each other grace, as much as we can, where almost everything is concerned, even down to sex, because we have times where, honey, we humping like jackrabbits, but then there are times where, we'll be in the car and we're like, ooh, we're gonna tear each other up tonight. And next thing you know, and we wake up the next day and it's just like, honey, you sure blazed last night. And it's like, child, you fell asleep. No, you fell asleep first. I watched you go to sleep, So it's just like, it's just, experiencing different seasons. And, it's the same thing.
You're right.
It really is.
You're right. Them seasons, I was going to say, you perfectly said that at the perfect moment. Those seasons will definitely, what you're experiencing now, your rhythm changes. It doesn't stay the same. Your rhythm will change. You have to be flexible with the times and the seasons that, orchestrate the ebb and flow of your marriage or your relationship. It does have an impact. If you're flexible and you can go with the flow, it's no guarantee that you will not get in your feelings.
Yeah.
There is no guarantee. And it's okay to get in your feelings because that means that you're paying attention and you're aware of what's happening. So you're not a mute and you're not uncognizant of what's happening. You are being mindful, and it's just a check of your emotions and a constant, okay, how can I, and this has been my model most of this year. How can I show up for my husband today? How can I show? And I've even asked him, I've expressed him, I'll let him see it in motion more often than not, but I'll ask him, how can I show up for you today? Or even sometimes if I have a good idea of how the week is going to go or the weekend is going to go, find ways. I say, okay, Lord, how can I show up for him in a way that it makes him feel seen and it makes him feel appreciated? If he feels seen, like I've even done more of the small things, like I know one of his absolute favorite snacks. I'm good, but he loves it. Okay. So I make it a point, like if I see it and I'm okay, I'm gonna pick up a box and I'm gonna put it in the cabinet. Oh, thank you. Yeah, she's thinking about me. She love. Yes, I see you. I know you. I'm letting you know I'm thinking about you. That I know what you like. I want to honor the fact that yes, you work hard. Your value in this house is appreciated. You are seen. You are felt. You are heard. You are wanted in this house. You should enjoy yourself while you're home.
Yep.
I wanted to read a little bit of the one nugget that I did share.
Okay.
Since you said, is he gonna ask me how my day was? Because I know a lot of us do the same thing. Like, well, dang, you gonna
Yeah.
ask me? You talking about yourself the whole time? The whole time? The
The whole
entire time?
that's
You're not
how.
gonna
What was that?
remember me?
I'm over here.
So, how was your day will never go out of style. Those faithful daily interruptions that life offers us, the accidents that happen with little ones, the viral video on social media, on your timeline, the changes within the department at work, the bill that's on the verge of morphing from white to pink. Whatever you're facing, don't let it consume your thoughts to the point of narcissism. Pause for a second, make eye contact, acknowledge your spouse with affection, and acknowledge the warmth in your heart for them. Ask how their day was, and when they respond, really listen with intent to respond. I knew my spouse was my best friend years ago when I realized he was the very first person that came to mind when I had something to share. I trusted him with my many sides, the real me. Even since then, there have been moments where we both felt like we were talking to a brick wall. It never ends. Frustrating, right? Giving your spouse your undivided attention goes a long way. Your spouse isn't impressed with your ability to multitask when they're either going through a crisis outside home and need to vent or achieve success in some way and want to celebrate. Stay engaged. So that was one of the nuggets. And now that I am clocked back in mentally, definitely I pay attention to, and even to a point, because he's gotten very comfortable talking to me about work.
Nice.
Even though I listen, I want him to come to me with the fun stuff too. Like, I want to celebrate the fun stuff that you're excited about too. Let's talk more about that. He loves his business. He's passionate about his clothing line. He's passionate about, upcoming things that he's working on and other opportunities. I want to talk more about the fun stuff. I love helping with the fun stuff. I want it to feel like he can chill and he's not on the clock, or he doesn't have to be on when he's talking to me. That helps too. If you don't have to feel like you're always on with somebody, and you can just be frustrated, or you can just feel, I don't know, forgotten, or you just want some attention for 5 minutes. It's just about yourself, and it's not about the house. It's not about the garage door not working. It's not about cleaning up poop. It's not about changing a tire, or I ran out of gas and you didn't fill it up. It's not about that. Can we just pay each other some just one-on-one attention? That's it. That was good.
Yeah. But what if
Right.
it doesn't happen when you want it to happen? Like, so if we're being transparent, like today, my husband and I have kissed each other once today. Literally. No, maybe twice, but once that I can remember.
Okay.
And he's been gone all day long. So he woke up this morning at 5 to be at the gym by 5:30. And then he came home at 8:30. He's training. Oh, my stomach's growling, sorry. He's training. So, he stays at the gym for 2 and 3 hours. That's why I no longer go to the gym with him like that, because I'm done and then I'm just sitting around just waiting. And I'm not doing that. He comes home, and maybe he didn't go at 5. He woke up at like 6:30 and he was at the gym by 7. He was home by 8:30. But he had to be at that church today at 10. And they taped all day. When he got home, because we got the new puppy, I had to go really quickly. In between the time, had to go to the feed store to pick up a crate and to pick up all these other items that, he needed to be picked up. So he gave me his card, gave me the list of what to get. By the time I came back, he's headed out the door. And it was at 10. When they tape for this particular church, they tape all day.
Yeah.
And so he got out around 5, because they taped 2 services. He got out around 5 o'clock. He calls me on his way to a 6 o'clock rehearsal in Conyers. He got home at 9:30 tonight. We got on this at 10. He's already in the bed. He kissed me when he came in. But what do you do when you don't have that instant gratification, that instant pay attention to me? Hey, oh, you're finally home. Oh, I have me time. I've been here with the dogs all day and I've been doing this,
Man.
You have to be patient and you have to know that it is not all about you.
Don't that suck?
It do.
Don't that suck sometimes?
And then too, think about how this doesn't happen all the time. Don't, like, I have to tell myself today, don't get it twisted, sis, because it's Wednesday and your dude took you out Saturday night, took you out Sunday night, tried to take you out Monday night, but you said no, you'll go ahead and go. So it's not like he hasn't made any effort to spend that one-on-one time with you. Girl.
You'll be okay.
Well, we can be spoiled,
Very, very. God, it's like I'm talking to a mirror tonight. Like,
crazy.
Charmaine, stop it. I literally take inventory and be like, I have caught myself catching an attitude. My husband's been fortunate enough to have the go back into the office rollout date pushed back however many times all throughout 2021. So he's been home working.
That's a great thing.
And wonderful. And it got to a point where I said, okay, let me make sure he doesn't miss, his needs are met and nothing's missed. I'm here. Like, I'm busy. I'm busy here. But let me make sure he knows, like I keep saying, the recurring theme is I want you to know that you are seen and you are felt and you're appreciated.
Yep.
One thing I can honestly say is what you said about he only kissed me one time today. I'd be like, and I'll monitor him and I'll say, I'm not going to say a word.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to assert myself when the time is appropriate. But he'll get up. And our alarm clocks are 15 minutes apart.
Okay.
And it's been easy to be more laid back with your schedule and still get work done. Yes. However, he'll get up, snap, wash his face, brush his teeth, do whatever. I'm in my head, I'm like, and I'll watch him walk out the bedroom door, and I'm like, did you see that?
Yeah.
I didn't get a dress. Yeah. And this is after us making an agreement. We're going to give each other the first 10 minutes of our day before we get out of bed. We're going to give each other. It's been more missed than hit lately, but he will definitely make sure. And I really, really, really had a very hard week recently. I was in a lot of pain. I did not feel well. That man definitely showed up for me and took good care of me. Because when I felt like, okay, I can't ask, sometimes I do have a hard time asking for help.
Okay.
When I feel like I should be able or adequate enough to be able to handle certain tasks. But when I tell you I could not for a good solid 3 days last week, he took care of me. He stepped up. And I was so appreciative. Even when you're in a season where you may not even be getting along the best, friendship, again, is so important. In your partnership, because if you can't trust the person to show up for you when they should, and you feel like you have to ask or make a spectacle of yourself to cry for help to get a need addressed, then we have a very big issue. Thank God he showed up for me. Because have you ever had to really go through something really, really hard at the same time? Two different difficult situations at the same time.
Yes.
How do you navigate through that? Because when I tell you, there have been times I felt like, well, you're the only one that could be going through something. I can't be going through something too. Well, your hardship is more hard than mine. I'll be honest and say I felt that way a couple times, and then I had to say it out loud, like, I'm really hurting too.
Yeah.
I have bruises and don't even get to something you may not have addressed and needed to heal from, but swept under the rug, and now you have to deal with it. That's a whole nother episode.
See, that's dangerous. I think,
Yeah.
when it gets to that point, I think that's where therapy is so important, because that, someone has reached a place where their ear has been now turned off
Yeah.
to that certain place that their spouse is desiring for them to help to tap into.
Yeah.
And so it's going to take hearing the same things,
Yeah.
from someone else. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Not to say that we haven't had them, but
Right.
I can't right now. I can't think of one.
Right.
I can't think of where we've had a lot of moments where one is down and the other has to hold the other person up.
Yeah.
But nothing where we were both down at the same time.
Yeah.
Not to say that we've never experienced it. I just can't.
Yeah. Yeah. What will help a couple that may listen to this episode, watch this episode,
Mm-hmm.
if that does happen to happen,
Mm-hmm.
check your ego.
Yeah.
That's one thing.
And check your heart. And check your heart, because your intentions have to be pure. Your heart has to be open. Your mind has to always be open
It does.
to remove yourself out of, the equation, and allow a portal to be open for you to think about the other person. You know what I'm saying? It's only fair. It's only fair. That's the true definition of partnership and being a team. You know what I'm saying? You got to always think about, look at a basketball team. Their team is always looking out for their players, because the end goal is to be able to make the perfect passes, make the perfect plays, so that ball can go into the hoop and get those points for the perfect win. You know what I'm saying? In order to do that, there always has to be open communication. Their eyes have to be open. Their ears have to be open so they can hear. Like, it's the same. It's the same principles apply. You know what I'm saying? So you do what you have to do to maneuver on that court with your teammate to be able to help them and assist them when they need assistance. It's not all. It's not always about you carrying the ball from one end of the court all the time, making the basket by yourself. It's not about that. It's about, I don't know how we just got there, but nevertheless, it's about teamwork.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about teamwork. So, yeah, you gotta think about your teammate, Doc. You can't just be all about you, even though what you possess and what you have can get it done, but it can always be done better together.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. No cliche. That's
real rap. Real rap.
Charmaine Broome, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Yes. I'm going to hold whatever else we were getting ready to spill over.
Yes.
For the next episode.
Yes.
I want to talk about blended families.
Yes.
And how you make that work. Some of us, we get, into relationships, we're like, oh, we have these lists. We talked about lists, when you're dating and you're young, most people would ideally want to date somebody fresh, just them, solo, no children, no obligations, no drama, no baggage, no nothing, right? And then life happens and the guy be like, watch this.
Yeah. I got something for your
you still want this?
Uh-huh.
He's it. His package is just not ideal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or her package is just not ideal. Mm-hmm. When you have a ready, instant made family, after you say I do, it's a very different culmination. It's a very different dynamic. Yeah. How has Charmaine evolved into the blended family rhythm?
God.
How about that?
God.
How about that?
And that's real.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for God, I would be locked up. We wouldn't be on this call right now.
Wouldn't.
Wouldn't.
You'd be
I,
like, what happened to Zakia?
I'm in.
Charmaine.
I'm in the
Charmaine used to
same.
sing with Kurt.
Baby,
Where
let
is
me tell
she?
you something. Listen to me. Nobody but God, and that's just real. Nobody but God. Um, but in addition, my husband has been very helpful to me. To be able to help me navigate through this lifestyle and not have to do it by myself. Um, also me, because I've had to stand up and set boundaries, for myself, for what I'm going to deal with,
Yeah.
what I'm not going to deal with.
Yeah.
And that's real. I had to get out of the frame of mind of being afraid to speak up for myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For the sake of peace. I
Yeah.
would do that all the time. And I was losing all the time.
Yes.
And so it wasn't until I switched the narrative myself.
Yeah.
That was when I really began to gain wins and I really began to get into a flow and a rhythm that was not only successful for me, but was successful for everybody. And with me no longer being afraid to speak up for myself, it allowed me to no longer be afraid to speak up on behalf of my husband because we are one. And my husband messed up when he gave me the green light and said, whatever you say, it's like it's coming from me. We're one. Okay.
Say less.
Okay. So when you and London's mom are having an issue and y'all can't figure it out, what I'm going to do is, now that I've learned to use my mouth for myself, I'm going to be the mouthpiece and talk to her.
Yeah.
What can I do to help you achieve this goal?
Yeah.
So, talk to me, because he's a man.
Yeah.
And men, they can move like tortoises sometimes.
Listen.
So, I will try to light some fire to that booty and try to get it done, or just anything that I feel I need to speak up on or talk about that could just help make our blended family flow better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I attribute it to. God, my husband, and myself. And
He
that's
will do it.
That's real.
He will do it. Communication is a non-negotiable essential.
It's everything. It's
It
everything.
is
And I believe
everything.
we talk about this all the time when we do our seminars and our summits, but communication is literally the most important piece that you have to have when you're trying to successfully blend a family. A lot of people are afraid to talk. They are afraid to discuss. They are afraid to have the hard conversations. You have to have the hard talks, honey, in order to be able to grow and advance and do what you need to do for the betterment of those who it's about, it's about the kids, Have the conversations, because a conversation can fix anything. Just talk.
You got that right.
Just talk.
Yeah.
Have a conversation, and there's a way that you can have a conversation peacefully and very adult-like, and it be successful. There have been times where I've had to approach my bonus daughter's mom, and it's not what you say, but it's how you say it.
Yes.
And so God has graced me to be able to approach her a lot of times in ways where my initial execution is very soft, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something along the lines of, hey, I want to hear your heart.
Mm.
Can you share your heart with me
Mm-hmm.
on how you really feel
Yeah.
about this? Because I want you to know that I care about how you feel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have feelings. Your feelings matter. Let's talk it out.
I love that.
Simple as that.
I love that.
It's night and day from how it used to be. Because there will be a time where I will call and be like, "Are you okay?" because I don't really like the way you've been treating me lately. And I'm like, it's different from how you were treating me 2 weeks ago. So what happened? No, you can't do that.
No.
Do that. She is still family at the end of the day.
Yep.
All about that teamwork. She's a team player. We got to talk. We got to discuss. We got to converse. We have to figure it out.
Yeah.
Together.
I wish my blended family was that mature
It
when we
can.
first got together.
Where are y'all now?
Well, wonderful in a sense that so there are 5 of us involved, 5
Okay.
parents involved.
Okay.
In the very beginning, it was a lot of stereotypical taking my presence and the newness of me being in this man's life. Oh, she's just, I still have a way in, or,
Common.
it's not going to last long, or it's cool or whatever. But then, like the tit for tat and the cat and the mouse and the sly stuff on the side, and a lot of hurt in the beginning, lots of it.
It comes with it, sis. I'm telling you.
Now, there are some people, I'm happy for them. They come into it, the parties are mature enough where they respect boundaries that are set.
Yes.
They know how to establish new boundaries and parameters, and they know how to communicate, or they try their best to work on a strategy that works for everybody.
Yes.
I celebrate y'all. I wish I would have met y'all 15 years ago. But today, where are we? We are on one end, actually in a working relationship. Literally, 2 of us work together.
Okay.
Two of the parents work together. And it does come with challenges, but however, the main goal is we're feeding our families. We are
That part.
feeding our families, settle all differences and pass emotions. That is way out the door. We don't even deal with emotions and things like that anymore. And at this point, we have 2 seniors graduating from high school.
Oh my gosh. Y'all get ready to have college students.
Get ready, Charmaine. Get ready. Yeah, we have 2 college bound students, and it's been amazing because I know London has definitely been an essential part that has made it more easier than not. Our boys have made this experience one of the easiest things.
It's a blessing.
They have been blessings. And I say this as they roll their senior portraits and they're talking about SAT scores and they're talking about college. I'm like, you were just in pull-ups telling me your colors and eating fruit snacks, and I fed you your first lemon slice and watched your face scrunch, and now we're talking about. It's unfathomable. It's just time flies, so you have to be able to communicate. You have to be able to put teamwork at the forefront, and you have to be able to keep the children at paramount focus. It is all about them because they don't stay 2, 3, 5, and 10. They grow up. And as they grow up with you and your experiences, and they see your perspective. They see mom's perspective. They see dad's perspective. Oh, he has a girlfriend now. Oh, she has a boyfriend. They see all these dynamics, and they're actually having these experiences with you. They're going to remember these things, and then they're going to be able to assert themselves at one point. Yes, child support is a thing that's necessary, essential, and it works. However, once that runs out, and that child grows into transitions from childhood to adulthood, the game changes. Thankfully, like I said, our bonus children have been a blessing. I thank God that I have been able to have so many great conversations with them as they've grown up, had so many experiences with them as they've grown up, and I've been able and privileged to have influence on their life and them on mine. They've been a total life honor for me. And when I tell you, I don't have any worries. I have 0 worries about them growing up into men. I have 0. One, I will shout out my husband.
Yeah.
He is a man's man.
Yeah.
Even though he left relationships and, started sharing his life with me and his children with me, he was always present.
Mm.
Was always that dad that showed up when allowed. Because I'll be honest and transparent, that's his story to tell. But I do remember times when, information was withheld and he wasn't able to attend certain things and he missed out on something because information was intentionally withheld. It was done to hurt him.
Mm.
However, whenever he knew, he fought tooth and nail and moved heaven and earth to make himself present in his children's life. He was consistent
Yep.
with having hard conversations with them, making sure that they were well equipped to transition from teen to tween or tween to teen to now we're transitioning into manhood. Thank God he's there to have necessary conversations
Mm-hmm.
that I probably would not want to have with boys at
Mm-hmm.
their age,
Mm-hmm.
but they have a very clear head on their shoulders. And I thank God that they had their dad to model that. Because when I
Yes.
tell you that man has not been lax,
Yep.
checked out, he has not been absent, he's not been nonchalant,
Uh-huh.
always had a job, had jobs
Yeah.
since I known him.
Yeah.
Since he knew he wanted to marry me, you better believe that man that I share a last name with, he definitely made the necessary impact as a parent. So I thank
It's
God for that.
beautiful.
And I'm thankful that I was able to help assist and support him with that because being a blended family is no easy feat, but it's easier when you keep the children at the forefront and you realize how important communication is and you keep it
Yeah.
open. On the other side, unfortunately, that person is very, very miserable. That's the best way I could put it. They're very, very miserable,
Mm-hmm.
very stuck and set in their ways, and it has started to snowball in a very negative fashion. My prayer is that they get it together,
Mm-hmm.
if not for themselves, at least for the child that we share, and just wake up and sober up. And I just hope that that person doesn't realize it until it's too late.
Mm-hmm.
It's never too late to care, but it gets to a certain point. You gotta wake up. You gotta wake up. Millennials, I think, and you could agree or disagree with me. I think we're the last generation to really, really have to deal with those type of traumas
Mm-hmm.
because we're so intentional about unlearning things
Mm-hmm.
and doing things where I'm not, and I say this all the time, I'm not trying to mold any of my children. I'm trying to unfold them. I want you to develop who you were really supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
So my trauma that I may not have realized was trauma, I'm not going to inflict that on you.
Yep.
We're going to grow up together
Yep.
so that you don't need therapy when you become my age. We have that benefit of, okay, we have so many resources, we have so many moments of awareness, and we realize, oh, this person is toxic, or we went through this, and uncle, somebody did this to me, and I got
Please.
I think we are the last generation that really has to deal with that because we're not about to let our kids go through that.
No, not at all.
So
Not at all. I agree 100%.
the end of those carry on generational issues and traumas. Not doing it.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Ain't got time for that.
100%. 100%.
Well, in closing, talking about blended families, Charmaine, she hinted at the fact that she does do seminars.
Yeah.
She's an author,
I am.
a published, successful author.
I am. Can't even believe it, but I am.
Tell the people, blended families rock because they
Yes.
do.
Yes,
She
they
found out the essentials that we definitely cannot live without if you're thinking about having a blended family, if you're in one and you want it to work.
Yes.
Her and her husband Tario have done amazing work, especially in the community of Atlanta, Georgia, with tackling hard conversations within the blended family community. She even has very comedic ways of looking at it and considering certain perspectives on her TikTok and his Instagram.
Yes.
But these are conversations that we have to have, so we may as well laugh. Tell the people a little bit about Blended Families Rock.
Wow. Well, first of all, thank you again. Thank you, so much for just having me and sharing your platform with me. Blended Families Rock, it is near and dear to my heart. My husband and I got married. I gained a beautiful bonus daughter. And we noticed just some of the challenges that we had as a blended family, challenges that she had becoming a bonus daughter. And once we all got on the same page in terms of the parents and helping London flush through and navigate through this lifestyle, because it is a lifestyle.
Yeah.
We learned that our transparency began to help so many other people. And so I literally asked God, give us a way to help. And insert Blended Families Rock. Nobody but God. We are a movement that helps to bridge the gap between non-biological and biological parents, helping them to create their perfect co-parent formula, and also helping them to create better harmony in the home for the children. And with that comes so many different things that we're doing with the movement, including our children's books, which are an outlet for children to help them overcome the challenges that they face with divorce and breakup. It can be very traumatic for them. They have a lot of questions and fears and doubts and worries and all these different things. And so the books are definitely an outlet to help them flush through that their new normal. And the books are really amazing. Like something that we are so proud of. It's a 4-part children's book series. 2 parts are out now on our website, www.blendedfamiliesrock.com. And we're just praying for every family who these books are going to touch, who these books are going to minister to. Not to make it churchy, but this is a ministry. Ministry is all about helping and loving people back to health and teaching people the proper ways to be able to maneuver through this messy lifestyle of blending a family. And so that's what we do. That's what we do. And we're going to keep on doing it because it's needed.
It's so necessary.
There's a stigma that blended families do not work, but
lies.
We are here to change that stigma, man. Blended families do work. Blended families can work.
Yeah.
But that just take a lot of work. And so we're here to help people do that work.
So I can't say it enough. Every time I think about the collection, every time y'all roll out something new, every time you've had any touch on the community, I am so proud of the both of you. I'm thankful that you have done something that was necessary. And I love the fact that you give the children a voice, because a lot of what we've had, we didn't have a blueprint for blended families. We didn't have like the perfect blended couple to look after, or the perfect model, or how to do. There's no manual. Every family's going to be different. But what I do definitely have seen as a lack was the support for the child or children that are involved, and giving them a space to voice themselves, work through their emotions, feel their feelings, express how they're feeling about what's happening around them and to them, and making them inclusive. I love that about you guys. So support Blended Families Rock. I will definitely insert your information and tag it in the episode.
Thank you.
We are going to wrap up and get into happy hour. This is the lighter part of our conversation where we just play a couple games. It's that part of the kickback where you just have some friendly exchange. This will actually help us and the listeners get to know you just a little better. So just a few games here and there just to pick your brain to see what you would do in certain situations. So the first game that we are going to play is Would You Rather?
Okay.
Marriage version.
Okay.
So I'm gonna spice it up and make it just a little fun. And you could just tell us what your preference would be, A or B.
Okay.
Would you rather your partner always be late or always be early?
Always be early.
Yeah. Would you rather argue all night to resolve a conflict or end the argument unresolved before bed? We gotta cooler heads will prevail. We can go to bed. Just know that I'm gonna give you some grace tomorrow. I'm not done with you yet, but I'm gonna give you more grace tomorrow.
I get it. Yeah, the older me would have just been like, no, we're gonna argue this thing out. But the new me is like, I'm satisfied with knowing that you know what's bothering me. And then I'm even more satisfied knowing that I'm having the opportunity to witness what you're gonna do now based off of what I've told you. And if you change and if you adjust, then that lets me know where you at with it. So, go to bed. Night night.
I said what I said. Yeah. Would you rather ask your partner for help or figure it out yourself?
Woo.
We'll go back to that whole spoiled portion we were talking about.
Honey, At this point, I'm gonna try to figure it out first.
That's my approach. I will try any and everything before I ask for help. I gotta figure it out.
I'm gonna try first.
Would you rather be embarrassed in front of your in-laws or your partner's boss?
Goodness. Loss. Because that's nothing new. It's something I'm used to. Next.
Facts. Would you rather last one. Would you rather have your browsing history checked or your text messages?
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Some people can't answer that question. I don't care either, honestly.
It don't matter either, because I mean, it ain't nothing in the browser history or the text that's, spiteful to him or a slight to him or us. So
Right.
it don't matter.
Right.
And the same with DMs and all of that.
Hello. And on the flip side, ain't nothing. If you really know me, it wouldn't nothing surprise you about my browsing history or my text messages. Most of them you're gonna see laughing emojis because that's all I do all daggone day. I'm a fool. And yeah, it'd be probably stuff about kids' clothes or some food because I just like to eat. Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. All right, happy hour 1 gots to go.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give you a couple of options.
Okay.
This is also like live with someone related or,
okay,
love romantic related. And you have to pick one that you could do without.
Okay.
Or do the least with. 1 gots to go. Laundry day.
Woo!
Car wash.
No brainer. You don't even have to finish. Bye.
Listen. I fold 5 different wardrobes. Trust me, that was mine. Laundry day, car wash day, or doctor's appointments? Laundry day.
Laundry. Easy.
Shoot, doctor's appointment is a break.
Hello.
A break for me. Hey,
hello. In that waiting room, you be waiting for real. You were patient. Be very patient. On your phone by yourself. No interrupt. No. Yep.
Hello,
Laundry.
lights.
Bye.
Yes.
Bye.
1 gots to go. Valentine's Day, sweetest day, or Thanksgiving?
Sweetest.
Yeah. I'm good. 1 gots to go. Wedding rings, flowers, the broom, or the bridal party?
The broom?
Yeah, jump the broom.
Jump?
Mm-hmm.
The broom, because that's
it's outdated.
No, yeah. The broom is fine. And that's so funny because my last name is Broome and we jumped the broom, but
with the E. 1 gots to go. Date night, FaceTime, vacation souvenirs, or just because gifts?
Vacation souvenirs. We can make our own souvenirs. Plug that camera up, push record.
Yes. 1 time for the nasty prize.
Souvenir you up. There you go.
Yes. Yes.
Crazy because we just had a vacation in Miami and baby, ooh, God. When you on vacation, honey, you got to throw it back a little extra different. Like you got to do something different. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
We got a souvenir that room key. And it's sitting right on top of the alarm system. He put it on top of the alarm system when we came home. I said, what are you doing? He said, don't worry. Whenever I take it off, that means, we need a repeat. I said,
I like that.
Listen.
I like that. Okay, bro. Last one.
Yes.
1 gots to go. Your sense of smell.
Already gone. Okay.
See, hear, or taste.
Smell, touch, your sight, your hearing, or your taste. Well, being that I have not had a sense of smell since 2008, I'm so used to it by now. So either one is dangerous, right? But I mean, I don't know. You got to have all of them. You got to have all of them.
I know, 2021. Trickery out here in these streets.
Listen.
I have always said if I had to choose, and my answer probably changed now that I'm saying it out loud. I used to say I could do without smell. That's a lie. 'Cause if I couldn't smell my husband, or if I couldn't smell things that are positively nostalgic, I probably would. I would miss it. I think I might, because you still at a certain point, even if your sense to touch is numb, you can still touch tangible things.
Yeah.
But I think it might be touched now in 2021.
Okay.
Because I can still feel you. I just can't make that kinetic warmth connection.
I get it. I get it.
I might be able to throw that one. Okay. So there's an infamous game that we play on Chip Chat and Chill. And unfortunately, Charmaine has not seen this game yet. So this is her first time. So history is being made tonight. There's a game that we play. It's usually called New Name Who This.
Okay.
But we're gonna name your future baby. So it's New Baby Who This.
Yes.
So it's a culmination of the last thing I spent money on, the color of my socks, my favorite dressing, and the last name Broome. Oh gosh. So you're gonna have to guess what your new baby name is. But the gag is you're gonna have to figure it out while I look like this.
Wait. Oh shoot. Okay. Okay.
You ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Who this? All right. He around see your room.
You got to get over.
He
Pink.
I should write napkin. He around see your room. It's gonna take you a minute. He around see your room.
Peekaboo. Do you hear my dog? Peekaboo. Peekaboo. Pink.
Mm-hmm. He around see your room.
Pink. Monroe. Oh
God.
Pink Monroe.
So remember, the last thing I spent money on. Pink balloon.
Pink balloon. Pink balloons.
Pink balloon. See your room.
Pink balloons. And then the socks are green.
They're pink.
They're pink.
Pink balloon. See your room.
I give up, fam. Pink balloons.
Pink balloon. See your room.
Silver. Pink balloon, silver broom.
Dressing.
What kind of dressing?
See your room.
A dressing? Like salad dressing. Okay. Pink balloon.
See your room.
Caesar broom. Fam. Now, if you would have said salad dressing, I would have been like, that would have been a little easier. Oh my gosh. Girl, I can't even holler because I know I will wake my husband. Girl, that is I am weak.
New name Who This, baby. They love that game though.
Dang, that was fun.
Hilarious. So it has been an absolute pleasure having Charmaine Broome with us
Yes,
tonight on
same
Chip Chat
here.
and Chill. I'm so glad I got to see my boo.
Thank
We've had a
you.
great conversation regarding love built to last, love and
Mhm.
marriages. It takes a village. We talked about our experiences of being bonus parents,
Mhm.
being newlyweds, going through the ebb and flow of marriage every day to day life, dealing with the life partner.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you guys have gained some nuggets and intricate wisdom from us. We definitely dropped a whole good load tonight. So
Yes.
if you missed something, you need to play it back because we gave you a lot. You listen that. Go back, please, and pay attention. This part of the hour, we have definitely had a great conversation. We had a few chuckles during happy hour. We've laughed, we talked, and now it's time to go out the door. But before we do, we'd like to just reflect on what we're taking with us from tonight's great conversation. And actually, before we do our carry out, I want to say the gag. We have a segment on here called The Gag Is. Usually there's, mundane. Oh my gosh. Some people have negative connotations when they talk about a reference marriage, or they reflect on, like we said, the negative so much. Oh, I'm so miserable. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness, they get on my damn nerve, or this, that, and the
Mhm.
fifth.
Yeah.
But even though we are in a pandemic and we're married, or we're committed to our partners and we're dealing with certain things, the gag is, what is your gag, Charmaine? I'm gonna stick beside him.
Yes. That's me. I see him. I'm a
I'm
stick
stick
beside
beside
him.
him.
He gave me COVID, but I'm a stick beside him. Lord, I love that man.
I love you. Ooh, girl, if that ain't love,
That ain't
I
love.
don't
That's
know
what
what
it
it
is.
I don't know what it is. The gag. The gag is, yeah, I ain't changing my mind. That's me right there. When you see him, you see me. When you see me, you see him.
That period. Period.
That's mine over there. Ain't nobody. No one could ever. How
That's
about
right.
that? I'm gonna say that again. No one could ever.
Period, poo.
No one could ever.
And they know.
Now that we're carrying out, what tips or what was the most valuable part of this conversation that you definitely want to take with you today?
The part about the whole team play, that really blessed me.
How about that?
That really blessed me. Like, just the way we kind of talked about that. I've never even really thought about it like that, but it's very true. And so that's what I'm taking with me. Just really
Wow.
being a team player, and just knowing that it's not just all about you. You know,
Yeah.
that's just the real tea.
Yeah. It's very humbling when you admit it out loud. It's
Mhm.
not about you. And it's okay that it's not about you,
It's okay.
because the two, when they become one, you got to have each other. You got to be able to hold each other down. You're not always going to be up.
That's right.
And when you're really, really, really down, it's still okay if you have each other and you keep your focus on the main picture
Yep.
and your mind doesn't change. Hey, I'm going to stick beside this person. I see who they are outside of however angry or however they're evolving in a negative way right now. I know this person, their core, and who they're going to be after we get out of this.
That's right.
And I haven't changed my mind. We gonna figure it out. However we going to figure it out, it's gonna work.
Got to.
It's supposed to. That's what the for better, for worse part is about.
That's
Because when you get met with worse, don't nobody want to stick around. Everybody want to quit. That's the other thing. Everybody want to quit. We quit too easy.
Yeah.
It's worse. Oh, you get on my nerves. Oh, he wore green socks today. Oh, he got salad stuck in his tooth. Ooh.
Just get the salad out. Get the salad out for him.
Is it that serious? Is it that serious? So you really gonna care 10 months from now?
Come here, babe. Like, just
You got.
that's it.
How about that? I'm petty. That's me. Definitely take some of these to go tips with you guys. I have thoroughly enjoyed myself tonight. It was a pleasure. This
Yes.
is as
Thank you
close
so
as we
much
get
for
to girls
having me.
kick back right now.
I know, right? I know, right? Oh my gosh. Thank you for having me, man. I'm so honored and appreciative. And I had a great time. Even though I'm sleepy, I had a great time.
Hey. I aim to please.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
yes, I am so elated. You guys check out Charmaine. I'm going to include her handle again so you can go follow her and keep up with all things Charmaine Broome and Blended Families Rock.
Thank you.
She has definitely told me she will come back. I'm going to hold it to
Yes.
it.
Yes,
because
ma'am.
we just have too much to talk about. And it's about to get good. You guys are going to be on a journey with us, a Love Built to Last series. It does take a village, so we're going to roll this out all holiday season long.
Good.
By the time you listen to this episode on your platform or on YouTube, you will definitely be able to have these nuggets and these reflections to sustain you even through the holiday season. You got to deal with in-laws and other people's family and stuff like that.
Yes.
Stay out your feelings, okay? It's going to be all right. We're going to get you through it. Just keep listening. Come back.
That's right.
All right. And as I always say in closing, everybody, please love yourself. Stay well. Stay safe.
Yes.
And then when you come back, bring some friends right back here to Chip, Chat, and Chill.
Yeah,
I'll see you guys soon.